It is Monday, July 21st, and I didn't plan this morning, but I wore white. I usually wear black. Black is what I feel the most comfortable in and empowered and beautiful, and just I have always worn black. I've been told so many times over my life why do you wear so much black? You should wear color. And I just, don't listen to that. I just wear what I like. But this morning I put on white, and I just realized as I was getting ready for this new moon reading that I'm about to do that there was a post from a witch that I follow on Instagram who I love. I absolutely love her. Her account is That Glasgow Witch. And she created a video last week of on Mondays, witches wear white. And she was explaining, I had to go look back at it. She was explaining that, wearing white is related to the moon. And of course, that's very feminine. And I always talk about my moon card. Today, I'm going to be doing a Lenormand card reading. And whenever I come up with the moon card, that's all about intuition. It is the white candle behind me. I've set up my altar, and I even lit all my candles and did a little ritual just before I did this reading, which I don't normally do. I don't share that, or I haven't shared that yet, but you'll see it is beautifully set up. And the white candle represents the moon, which is a very feminine energy, very very intuitive. It's all about intuition. Now the black candle, which is the God candle, is the opposite basically. But when I wanted to talk about, this moon and the new moon coming up, so I thought this is perfect. I'm wearing white, and now we can go ahead with my oracle reading. So as I'm shuffling, I'll probably just edit this out a little bit, but I'll shuffle and I'll just mention that I wanted to try something a little bit new. This isn't going to be just for everybody, the whole world. I feel like if you've come across this, maybe from the title, or just feeling pulled from it, maybe very serendipitous, the universe showing you this video, then it feels like it's meant for you. But who I'm actually intending this for is for basically people like me, people who might get a lot out of this, and those people are the sensitive people. This is actually how I do what I do for a living, reading tea leaves and doing mediumship, connecting with loved ones past. So basically speaking with the dead, if you will, speaking with spirit and connecting, and the oracle readings that I do as well. So I do traditional tea leaf reading and traditional card readings as well, where we can look into the future. But this reading will be for those of people who are like me, very sensitive. You may have done personality tests before, if you've heard of I forget what it's called, Myers-Briggs, and you may have come up with the acronym, or if you'd call it that, INFJ. Maybe I'll explain that a little bit further in another video. I'm not prepared to do that right now. I'm kind of up here rather than being very logical right now, if that makes sense, now that I've sort of grounded myself and ready for spirit rather than the earth, if that makes sense. So I feel like I'm babbling, but that's par for the course with what I do. So you may have found out that you're an INFJ, very sensitive. Now, this is really niche. Here I am doing a very niche channel, and here I am even further making it more niche, looking for people who are very sensitive like me. But hopefully that's not going to ruin my channel. Hopefully that will call in more people who, need this kind of reading. So sensitive, INFJ, another word for to describe people who might get something out of this video is highly sensitive people. There was a book written about highly sensitive people. I think I've covered it before, and it's basically from oh my goodness, Elaine Aron, Dr. Elaine Aron, and there are it is scientifically proven there are highly sensitive people. So you might be one of those. You might also have been told that you have been a very serious person throughout your whole life, like me. Very serious, perhaps introverted as well. Although I love being with people and I love talking deeply with people, I am quite introverted. I need my time alone. I prefer time alone. Also, if you're into numerology, my life number is a 9, which coincidentally is the Hermit card in tarot. It relates to the Hermit. So I've got this sort of extra, like to be alone. And so I think that's a lot of the sensitivity aspect in it. A lot of you who are sensitive like me, maybe you went through things in childhood, that made you this way, or maybe you were just born that way. That's something we can dive into too, if you'd like. But whatever you went through in life, I kind of look at it as a blessing and a curse all at once. It's allowed you to be highly sensitive and to pick up other people's emotions and pick up the energies around you. But in other ways, it can be very hard on people, and maybe that's why sensitive people do sort of retract themselves from, large crowds and being out a lot with a lot of different energies. So there are pluses and minuses, of course, just like the moon and the sun, or the god and the goddess candles here that I have. Yin and yang, it's like you have both positive and negative, and I think we do need a lot of that in our lives and that balance. I'm also a Libra, so I really like to have the balance of all in life. So I know I've gone on, but I just wanted to see if you connect with me on that level. I will be doing a reading just for highly sensitive people because it's the new moon coming up, July 21st, so this Thursday. And for highly sensitive people, you've probably been feeling like quite the energy in around, and worldwide. How can we not feel it, right? There's so much going on. I've mentioned this before, but I'm Canadian, so we are right beside the United States, and we can't get away from U.S. politics. It's very hard, no matter what sort of device you turn on to get social media or news. You're going to hear all about what's going on in the United States, and for me, that particularly affects me. And also being in Canada, with talk about the force that they want to exert over Canada, or how they're talking badly about Canada, and basically convincing a lot of people that we're bad here. So there's a lot of that, and I know on the other side of the world there are wars going on. There's just so much going on at the moment. If you watch other YouTube channels who are mystics like me, and they might be talking about we're basically coming to the end of the world. They're making it all seem very dramatic, which it is, but also very intense. And they're talking about the basically the a lot of things ending and then things starting up again, or like a rebirth, and that can be very overwhelming for people. And so I just kind of want to pull back a little bit and help those people who are more sensitive. And let's take a look at a full Lenormand reading. It's called a Grand Tableau. And just sort of pull back from some of those bigger worldwide things and just see what we can do as our own souls in this tough world out there. Okay, so I'm just going to probably shuffle a little bit more. I will edit the shuffling out, and I'm going to put a picture up in the corner here so you can see what I'm reading as I talk about it. Okay, thank you very much, and I'll see you in a second. Okay, so I actually find it kind of funny, well, not surprising actually, serendipitous, let's say, that the Tower card came up right at the my rider house here. So the Tower card is on the rider house on my black mat that's below the cards that I've created myself. It's hard for you to see, but I've got all of the 36 Lenormand cards listed. And so they go from 1 to 36. But when I shuffle, you'll never have the same reading twice. There, this time the number 19, the Tower card, is on the number 1 rider house. And basically that is sort of the gist of this card reading, what we want to look at. And it's sort of like the overall or the overarching theme behind this reading, this new moon reading that we're doing. I will mention in with this new moon reading, this what you do with this new moon energy. It's all about starting something new or just using this very new energy of the new moon to go forward. Whatever you do right now in planting the seeds or starting something new or continuing something, reinvigorating yourself in some way, take this time to do that. And whatever you do to plant these seeds will last, maybe over the next 6 months even. Of course, whatever you do, at right on Thursday at the new moon is the most powerful, but it will last about 6 or 7 days. So that energy that you put in, do as much as you can in that first week, those first 6 days, right at the new moon, and that will sort of let you move on for the next six months. Okay, so back to this Tower card, how we want to move forward with the rider. So that's saying, we do want to move forward and plant these seeds right now. It's quite powerful at the new moon, is all about the Tower. And what's funny is that just before I shuffled, right, I mentioned that there's so much going on in the world that I wanted to show everyone, the sensitive people here, that we don't have to feel like everything is crumbling around us. This in the Lenormand deck isn't really like the Tower card in the tarot, which that's what happens, right? There's this big crumbling, everything sort of falling apart to allow for something new, like we were talking about earlier. It doesn't necessarily mean that the world is ending to allow for something new right now. Maybe it's not that dramatic. And of course, the Tower comes up here to show you a different perspective rather than everything has to crumble to have something start up again. Okay, the Tower, I wanted to explain, in the Lenormand deck can represent totally different things. Like, number one, it could be where you work. It could be related to a large organization or a company that you work in. Usually it's, I live in Ottawa here in Canada, and we're, government town. We're the capital of Canada, where the Parliament buildings are, and that's where all our MPs work from. And so this often represents government for me when I'm reading for people here locally. And the reason why I say this may be work related is because of the next card. So on the Clover house, which represents, of course, luck. We all know what the clover represents, and it's a very lucky house that this is in. And the fish card is all about money. So that's why I believe this is work related. Underneath it, you'll see in the side here, I won't hold them all up, but you'll see that the key is underneath the Tower card, meaning, and the money is around there, and then the stork, which is something new. So all these 4 cards here are all related to what can we do at this new moon time to move us forward in making more money. I know that sounds materialistic, but this is basically a really good thing to look forward to at this new moon. Okay, so not everything is doom and gloom at the moment. The next card over, it's also a moving forward direction. It's the ship house, and on top of it is my rider card. So you'll see that the man is sitting on the horse and moving forward. So that can all be about you moving forward with money. Underneath the rider is the lilies card. It's on top of the whip house, so things might have been hard in this respect, and perhaps, even in the last month or in June and July, it's been a slow time for people. Maybe it has been hard on your work life or your money life. Maybe you're running a business and, things have been slow. That's typical for the energies of the summer, isn't it? Especially where we are. It is summer right now. Maybe it's different for people on the other side of the world. So if you're watching this and not in summer right now, let me know in the comments how it is energetically for you, money-wise and business-wise, if things are, have picked up and you have that really big energy, that excitement, that movement. Right now, it seems very slow and static for those of us here. With a whole bunch of different things, even with the astrology. And I'm not an astrologer, but I do know that there are retrogrades right now too. So it really, we've got everything sort of going the opposite of what maybe you want right now. That might be holding you back too. You may be having issues with communication with people, with your technology, with getting across what you need to, with getting money from people, with having payments made, with your schedule being messed up, that kind of thing. Okay, so this is all about moving forward with that, with this new energy, even with this retrograde going on. So you may have had some experience, that's the Lilies card, experience with hard times. That's on the whip house. And right beside the Lilies card is the actual whip. And that is on the, oh my goodness, I need my glasses. Sorry about that. I should know these. That's on the birds card. So the birds in this deck represent anxiety and chatter and gossip, just stress. Think about vibrant energy, but not good, sort of swirling around you. Maybe the people around you are agitating you or bothering you. And the whip is on top of that. So this energy right now, especially for us sensitive people, is really affecting us. Okay, so we want to be anchored. If you take a look at the anchor right after the whip in that second row, you'll see that we want to feel grounded again. This morning, like I said, I don't normally, do my whole grounding ritual here with my altar, but I felt like it's needed. And so do whatever you can as a sensitive person to feel anchored. Okay, that may be, doing meditation for some. That may be doing something like yoga if you're an active person and need to move your body. That's one thing you can do to feel grounded. That may be as simple as taking off your shoes and your socks and your sandals and getting your bare feet on the grass and on the ground. Okay, and really anchoring yourself to the ground. I say that because you'll see that the tree is right next to the anchor. And that usually represents other things for me in this reading today for you, sensitive people, and for myself. This does mean getting out into nature and into the parks and into the forest and doing some work at it. It takes work, okay? So I know that most of you may want to not take too much time for yourself, or you feel the pressure right now to stay in and work, or stay away from all the energy out there. But this is a sign to take this time to work at grounding yourself, whatever that means. I know for me, I'm sure it's for me, get out and do those walks in the park. We did that last weekend, or on the weekend, and felt so good just to get out of the mind space. And also, it does take a bit of work. It's on the fox house here. And the fox is sort of that worker card, okay? In this instance, it means you need to work at this. It's not just going to naturally happen for you. And the next card is intuition. Use your intuition and do what you love, okay? So there's the moon card, which is on the bear. So use that empowered energy that you can pull from the moon, and and also do what you love. The heart card is on the stars house, which means shoot for the stars. Use the magic of the stars, of the moon, of the universe. We're working with the new moon, so use that magic to put your intentions in what you love at the moment, okay? So that new moon energy is all about planting the seeds towards what you love to do, no matter what we're talking about here. I know we've been talking about work so far, but this could be related to anything else. Doesn't have to be work or your business or me working on my YouTube channel. Okay, so that can be whatever you want that to be. No matter what it is, make sure that you feel like you can surround yourself with the right people, with the right community. Right down below the heart, in the heart house, is, there's a ding. I always take everything as a sign, so this is sort of extra important, okay? You can look into your community, and whatever you're doing, make sure that you feel supported and with the right people. They'll help your energy fill you up, and you'll know that you're on the right path. This is just saying this isn't the time to be around people who don't make you feel good. Okay, so sensitive people can sometimes tell this in 2 seconds within meeting people. You may get the body language or even the slightest look on someone's face and know that they're not for you. Again, blessing and a curse, but I look at it now after years of practice in this as something more of a blessing, to be able to quickly decide who is your people and who are not your people. So definitely stay away from the toxic people. That's the snake card is on the tower, and in this instance we've talked about where you work. So if that's related to work, then it's like try and stay away from those toxic people. They may be your community, so you'll see that the clouds card is on top of the garden, your community. So you may have some sort of concerns about people who you're surrounded with, and you may not be able to think of a way to get away from them. But do, if you can, sort of definitely put up a block in if you can. If you can't get away from them at work, there's just no way. You work as a team with these people. The best you can do is put up a block of energy around them. As a sensitive person, that's really important for us to protect our own energy and not let it soak in, if that makes sense. The reason why I'm saying this is the scythe card is on the mountain house. The mountain can represent that block that you need to, that wall that you need to put up in, with people that you just can't get away from. Okay, so I feel like you will have a success in this. Just remind yourself and keep that awareness up that your energy is important to you and that these people may be draining your energy. And as long as you're aware of that, and you may be getting more and more aware of that, you will be happier and luckier in life. There's that clover card on the crossroads. So you may just be at this point where you're able to start really diving into your all your intuitive thoughts and your sensitive gifts. Okay, that's one thing I haven't mentioned. This is a gift too. I've talked about how it is a blessing and a curse, but this really is a gift. So let's spend this new moon time to put that energy into realizing this is a gift and using your intuition and the tools that you can have to protect your energy there. Okay, I know I've babbled really quickly and thrown out a whole bunch of stuff, but that spirit just sort of making me go blah and send it all to you, okay? So I hope that it wasn't too crazy, but that's what it just feels like right now. I just have to get it out. That's what is needed. That's what this sort of the end to this reading is about you studying what you need to help yourself as a sensitive person. So this is the outcome here of the reading, and it's on the moon house, which is use your intuition to look into your sensitivity, to look at it as a gift rather than just a blessing or a curse. Okay, you do have gifts. You just need to protect your energy. This is the perfect time for you to look at this and spend this new moon to concentrate on you. So right beside the book here, which is on the moon intuition, is this woman. So these cards are very non-diverse. They're just like one man, one woman, and one child here. So you don't have to be a woman watching this. This just can represent you as the highly sensitive person, is this woman here. It's funny because she's on the sun house, which is the masculine energy, if you will, and it's very active. And here we are doing a new moon reading, and it's on the sun. So it's all about that balance between your introversion and your need for calm energy as a sensitive person. And that balance between using that summertime sunshine energy out here that may have felt quite static lately. But let's get out and enjoy it as much as possible. Get out and ground yourself in nature. Okay, I'll just cover the fate line here, and this is just related to the new moon in this reading. And you'll see it's the bottom 4 cards in this grand tableau. And the key to moving forward with your fate in this period of the new moon is the fox. So it means be clever about how you're going about things. It might take a little bit of work, but you have gone through that in life. You've had some hardships, but you are able to be clever enough to know how to move forward. You are going to be okay with money. We talked about money and work at the beginning. So if you're running a new business or planting the seeds to start something new, money is going to be okay. And loyal to you. You'll see there's this loyal dog on the money card. It can also be related to your community. So if you do find the right community, swim with the fishes that you feel safe with, it's a very good sign. If you don't feel anchored, that's in the fate line here. This is this mouse, the mice card on top of the anchor, so that it could be getting to you. And this is a sign that to just be aware of that. The whole reading's been all about being aware of your surroundings and your own energy and how people are affecting you. Do you feel like they're taking little bits of your energy away, just like a mouse would come and steal your cheese from your kitchen? Do you feel like people are stealing your energy? Again, another sign to protect your energy by putting up a wall. The last card here is the bear card, and it's on the cross. I'm going to cover the cross in other readings and how significant this can be. It's funny because I often call this the cross to bear card or house here. And look what's on it. The bear is on the cross. So this feels like your cross to bear. Now, I don't want to be that dramatic. Like, your cross to bear as a sensitive person is you need to empower yourself. But that's basically what I'm saying. I don't, again, want to make it very doom and gloom and that this is like you for your whole life are going to have to deal with this empowerment. Okay, I don't mean it that dramatic, but it is something that can help us. Take it as an empowerment card. The bear for me is finding your own and being your own bear energy and empowering yourself. So I find that quite appropriate to have the empowerment card right here. So if it is your cross to bear, then it just shows how powerful you can be. Okay, so I think I'll leave it at that. And I hope that you are sent with lots of positive energy when you end this reading, if you've stuck with me till the end, and that you feel the bright white light of the new moon coming into the that moon energy. It's funny, as I finish up this reading, I'm looking at the screen now more than my cards, and I feel like me even wearing white, I feel like this white aura around me, and I'm sure some of it has to do with my lighting here, but I just feel like I'm covered with this beautiful white light, and it feels bright and empowering. So I hope you feel that energy too, and that's my intention, to help highly sensitive people feel their best and filled up with that beautiful bright white light energy. Okay, so thank you very much, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye-bye.